अस्सलामुअलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। वेलकम बैक एंड आज हमारा टॉपिक है इट इज़ यूनिट नंबर सेकंड वॉल्ट व्हिटमैन's poem द मिरेकल्स। चूँकि before moving directly on the text and the explanation, I will tell you something about Walt Whitman, who he was and how he got honor, respect and status in the society as well as in the world literature. Walt Whitman, he was born on May 31st, 1819 to March 26, 1892. He died. He was an American poet, an essayist, and finally a journalist. He is considered as one of the most influential and important figure in the American literature. Walt Whitman, he was mainly the pro-founder and a believer on the realism, and the most important contribution in English literature, especially in American literature, has been called as the father of free verse. No doubt, इसमें कोई शक नहीं है कि उसकी जो पोइट्री पोर्शन थी that was most controversial, especially जो उसने पोइट्री लिखी है 1855 में पोइट्री की कलेक्शन लिखी है. The name of the collection is Leaves of Grass, and it's the most controversial collection of the poems by Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman जो था, he was born in Huntington in Long Island, and finally he lived in Brooklyn. चूँकि with the passage of the time, there was a civil war that was going on in America, and finally he went to Washington D.C. जहाँ पर उसने where he worked in a hospital and he carried wounded there. उसकी जो poetry थी often focus करती थी on the both on loss and the healing. लेकिन जो सबसे turning point, and that was in the life of Walt Whitman, that was the assassination of Abraham Lincoln, whom Walt Whitman greatly admired. तो उसकी मौत पे, उसकी assassination पे, इस इब्राहिम लिंकन की जब assassination हुई उसके ऊपर Walt Whitman he wrote two poems. First one is "O Captain, My Captain," and second one is "When the Lilacs Lost in the Dooryard Bloomed." और बहुत से उसने लेक्चर दिए हैं किस पे, इब्राहिम लिंकन के, gave a series of lectures on इब्राहिम लिंकन. तो चूँकि उसकी जो इलनेस थी, he was not just recovering from that, and उसकी जो health condition थी, it further declined and it further deteriorated. And finally, Walt Whitman की जो death हुई at the age of 72, and his funeral was a public event. The poem in the initial begins with a rhetorical question, that is, who makes much of miraculous, and it also ends with what stranger miracles are there. Actually, पोइट का ये रिटोरिक क्वेश्चन है. रिटोरिक क्वेश्चन उस क्वेश्चन को कहा जाता है जब पोइट in order to give the information, it's not to receive the answer or to get the answer of a question. Simply, rhetorical question is a question that is being asked to give the information. It's simply a statement. Poet के लिए है, he's saying, why who makes much of miraculous? As to me, I know nothing else but miraculous, whether I walk the streets of Manhattan or doubt my sight over the roof of house towards the sky. राइटर इज सेइंग कि मैं ग्रेटली एडमियर कर रहा हूँ, मैं मान रहा हूँ कि दिस वेरी वर्ल्ड, दिस अर्थ इज प्लैनेट, ये फुल है किनसे, मिरेकल्स से. और ये हमें भी यही कह रहा है कि यू शुड एडमियर, यू शुड परसीव द थिंग्स दैट आर अराउंड यू. ये पोएम इट इज रिटन इन फर्स्ट पर्सन सिंगुलर, यानी कि आई यूज हुआ है, इट इज रिटन इन फर्स्ट पर्सन. ये कह रहा है कि एज टू मी आई नो नथिंग एल्स, मुझे कुछ नहीं मालूम है, मुझे सिर्फ एक चीज़ मालूम है कि ये दुनिया है, चाहे वो लिविंग है, नॉन लिविंग है या डेड चीजेस है, ये सभी मेरे लिए एक मिरेकल है. चाहे ये when he is walking on the streets of Manhattan it's a place in America, और ये यहाँ पे क्या है मैनहट्टन क्योंकि ये प्लेस है। A dirt my sight, या मैं dirt मीन्स टू लुक, जब ये देखता है टर्न लुक किसकी तरफ, रूफ ऑफ अ हाउस, इट्स अ रूफ ऑफ अ हाउस, ये विजुअल इमेजरी होती है। विजुअल इमेजरी उस इमेजरी को कहा जाता है दैट यू परसीव थ्रू द आईज। टुवर्ड्स द स्काई, ये भी है, इट्स ऑल्सो a visual imagery. These are the parts of imagery. Imagery, you are well aware that imagery means that appeals one of your five sense organs. Or weighed with a neck to feet. Or weighed with a neck to feet is a kinesthetic imagery. Kinesthetic imagery is that very imagery that is related with the movement. Along the beach, just in the edge of the water. Edge of the water भी है ये, edge of the water ये visual imagery है। तो पहले ही स्टेंजा में हम देख रहे हैं कि राइटर जो है ही इज आस्किंग द डिफरेंट क्वेश्चंस एंड ही इज यूजिंग डिफरेंट सॉर्ट्स ऑफ imagery. He is using, for example, the roof of a house, towards the sky, edge of the water, visual imagery, then is weight with the neck to feet, that is related with the touch or the movement, उसे कहा जाता है kinesthetic imagery. Moving to the next, or stand under the tree in the woods, or talk by the day with anyone I love, or sit at table at dinner with the rest. अब ये or stand with the tree in the woods, or talk by day with anyone I love. अब राइटर क्या कर रहा है यहाँ पे, trees in the woods ये visual imagery है, then is talk by the day with I love, it's an organic imagery. अब चूंकि organic imagery ये भी पार्ट है एक imagery का, organic imagery means that is related with the emotions, with your hunger, with your that's a pain, with your feelings. Talk of the day, it's called an organic imagery. तो ये कह रहा है चाहे मैं stand under the, चाहे मैं whether I am just for a time being I am taking rest under the woods, which means that is called the forests, and this is, or talk by the day with anyone I love, or sit at table. Sit at table is also visual imagery, at dinner with the rest. चाहे मैं जब भी मैं अपने फैमिली के साथ होता हूँ या उससे होता हूँ, थ्रू आउट द डे आई एम टॉकिंग विद द वन whom I love, ये मेरे लिए सभी है मराकल। चाहे मैं फॉरेस्ट में बैठता हूँ या उससे बातें कर रहा हूँ जिससे मैं बहुत प्यार करता हूँ, या उनके साथ खाना खाता हूँ, those who are my family members or whom I love from the core of my heart, ये सभी चीज़ें मुझे लग रही है, ये सभी क्या है, these are called the miraculous for me. Or look at strange opposite me riding in the car. Riding in the car is kinesthetic imagery. Look at the strangers. Yeah, मैं देखता हूँ when I am driving by car on the streets of Manhattan or on the streets of America. तो समटाइम्स कुछ जो ड्राइवर होते हैं वो राइड कर रहे हैं अपने कारों को, या मैं अपनी गाड़ी को चला रहा हूँ, तो मैं देख रहा हूँ लॉट ऑफ पीपल हु आर द स्ट्रेंजर्स, जिन्हें मैं नहीं जानता हूँ। वो मुझे ये भी लग रहा है कि इट्स अ सॉर्ट ऑफ मिरेकल व्हेन अ पर्सन आई एम सीइंग डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ पीपल हुम आई मेट ऑन द स्ट्रीट्स ऑफ मैनहट्टन, तो मुझे ये भी लग रहा है ये मिरेकलस है। क्योंकि अब यहाँ पे एक और पोएटिक डिवाइस है, सभी लाइन्स, or stand under the tree, or talk by the day, or sit at table, or look at strangers, ये सभी होते हैं, all these lines are started by or, इसे कहते हैं this poetic device is called that is called anaphora. Anaphora कहते हैं उस poetic device को when two or more than two lines started with the same word, सभी words started with the same letter, rather I can say ये सभी जो letters है, सभी जो words है, line है, poetic lines है, verses है, ये सभी all started with the same letter, that is O. इस पोएटिक दिवस को कहा जाता है दैट इज कॉल्ड द एनाफोरा. एनाफोरा मीन्स when two or more than two lines are started with the same letter. Or I watch honeybees busy around the hill on the summer forenoon, or animals feeding in the field, or the wonderfulness of the sundown, or of stars shining so quiet and bright, or of exquisite delight thin curve of new moon in spring. ये राइटर कह रहा है कि चाहे ये पीपल हो व्हेन आई एम लुकिंग ऑन द स्ट्रीट्स ऑफ मैनहट्टन और विद द पीपल होम आई लव आई एम टॉकिंग विद देम, ये सभी मेरे लिए मिरेकल्स है. ये कह रहा है जब होनी भी होती है अपने उस हिल के इर्द गिर्द होते हैं फोरनून में. फोरनून इज़ अ टाइम फ्रॉम मॉर्निंग टू नून, यानी कि अर्ली टाइम, अर्ली पार्ट ऑफ द डे होता है, दैट्स कॉल्ड द फोरनून. अब प्रेजेंटली this word is not in existence. Now we are saying simply the morning. Forenoon is a time between sunrise to noon. This is called the forenoon. Presently we are talking about, we are just calling this forenoon. It is a new word has been given to it, that's morning. चाहे एनिमल्स हो, जानवर हो, इस फील्ड में दे आर फीडिंग, दे आर प्लेइंग, दे or whether it's a sunrise, that is sundown means that's called a sunrise. चाहे मैं sunrise देखता हूँ या stars shining brightly, quite silent, they are shining quite and bright, or exquisite delight, या क्या, that's filled with delicate thin curve of a new moon spring. यहाँ स्प्रिंग में जब थिन कर्व होती है इसकी मून की, जो फिल होती है, एक्सक्यूज्ड मीन्स फिल्ड होती है, तो यहाँ पे भी है ये स्टार शाइनिंग, इट्स कॉल्ड विजुअल इमेजरी. ये न्यू मून इन द स्प्रिंग, इट इज़ ऑल्सो विजुअल इमेजरी. मेन जो कंसेप्ट है इस राइटर का, वॉल्ट विटमैन का, वो हमें रेस्ट ऑफ द ह्यूमन बीइंग्स ही इज टॉकिंग, एंड एक्चुअली वी शुड perceive the things from a mind's eye. We should closely watch the environment or the surroundings that surround us. There are a lot of things which we have so far neglected, and we have to look keenly and we have to find out these all the creatures that they are very important and essential for the survival of human beings. क्योंकि अल्लाह ने जो भी ज़रूरियात यहाँ पे क्रिएट की है वो सिर्फ उसने बनाया है, बिकॉज मैन इज़ नोन फॉर क्राउन ऑफ क्रिएशन, उसी के लिए सभी बनाए हैं. और कितनी खूबसूरत अलमाइटी अल्लाह ने इस दुनिया को बनाया है, चाहे फ्रॉम स्मॉल थिंग up to the biggest thing. सभी अपने अपने, everything has its own importance, but we human beings, we have destroyed, we have polluted the environment that Almighty Allah has created for we human beings, but we have demolished it. Take the case of small streams, we have polluted the water, we have polluted the environment. There is heaps of garbage everywhere in the villages, in the cities, on the roads, wherever we dirt our eye, we see, we look through, we simply see the lot of things, the things which destroyed our environment and which have destroyed our these surroundings. It's a human being that we have to perceive, and we have to take serious note of these very things. That's why he's saying मेरे लिए सभी चीज़ें जो है, they are all the miraculous. These with the rest, one and all, are to me miraculous, the whole referring yet each distinct and in its place to me. Every hour of flight and talk is a miracle. Writer is saying, ये चीज़ें, these with the rest, the things which I have mentioned before, honeybees, I have mentioned the loud ones, I have mentioned the image of sunrise and sunsets, early part of the morning. ये जो चीज़ है एंड वो चीज़ें विच आई हैव नॉट सो फॉर मैंशनड, ये सभी चीज़ें हैं मेरे लिए मिरेकलस. मैंने इन सभी चीज़ों को यहाँ पर रिप्रेजेंट किया, लेकिन फिर भी नंबर ऑफ द थिंग्स आई हैव मैंशनड, फिर भी नथिंग इज़ कॉमन in between them. They are distinct, and from each other. They are different from each other. They have no similarity with each other. Thousands of things, millions of creatures here on this earth, this planet, but they are distinct and has its own importance in their own place. To me, every hour of the light in dark is a miracle. Every cubic inch of space is a miracle. Every yard of the surface of Earth is superior with the same. You see, and it's a light. It's a small moment of light, small time hour of light, or the darkness. You see, whether it's a light, it's a dark, or a cubic inch of the space is a sort of the miracle. This very earth, it's everywhere, it is same, spread with the same, just sprouts the same thing. इसे भी है मेरे लिए एक miracle. Surface of the earth, mind it here. Surface of the earth, it's a visual imagery here. Light and dark is also visual imagery. यहाँ पे है every and every. These three lines have been started with the same letter. It's also anaphora here. Every foot of interior soars with the same. You see number of the things inside the earth or on the earth, that is interior. Interior means interior part of the earth. Thousands of lakhs and millions of the things that lie under the earth are on the earth. This very sea that is continuously flowing from time immemorial. It's also a sort of miracle. Huge water is there. It's a sort of a continual miracle. The way the sea makes its movement, it's a miracle for me. The way fishes. Remember one thing: fish. It's a singular as well as plural. But the word fishes here has been used. It's not the plural of fish. It is called the different varieties and variabilities of fishes. There is trout fish, there is jellyfish, etc. These are different kinds of the fishes. It's not the plural of fish. There are the fishes and that swim. There are the rocks. There is the motion of the waves, and there are the ships within them. He's saying this very water. There are a lot of biodiversities within the sea. There is the waves of the motion. It's a sort of miracle for me. Ships are floating on the sea. It's a sort of the miracle. People who in the ship. It's a sort of a miracle for me. And the poet also ends with the same question: what strange miracles are there? It's also a rhetorical question. Means this poem, it starts with a rhetorical question and it ends with a rhetorical question. That's the motion of the waves. इसे कहा जाता है kinesthetic imagery. The ships with men in them, it's also a visual imagery. So ये वॉल्ट विटमैन है, शॉर्ट में है ये यहाँ पे इस मेरी पोएम को ये miraculous or not, what wants to understand that miraculous or not an unusual or unexpected event. It is actually there is everything that surrounds us. It's a sort of a miracle. We should, no doubt, there is a great message in it. We should perceive the things that surround us. We should just minutely watch, keenly watch these very things, and never try to destroy or never try to pollute them, because Almighty Allah has made this very planet a smooth one, a clean one, in its purest form. But it's the responsibility of the human beings that we have to clean it, if not for ourselves, at least for the next generation. Thanks for watching.